My dear students, good morning. This is Deepak and today I shall be taking up the chapter The Beggar that is written by Anton Chekhov, the famous Russian playwright and short story writer. My dear students, in the online class I have already finished the chapter, so today I shall be discussing with you its question and answers. So, let's start. Has Lushkov become a beggar by circumstances or by choice? Lushkov resorts to begging because of his unfortunate circumstances. He was a singer who used to sing in the choir. He lost his job because of alcohol abuse, which was, however, a problem he had got into by choice. After he was out of the rehabilitation center, the social stigma of being a drunkard prevented him from getting a job. To make ends meet, he had to resort to begging. Question number 2. What reasons does he give to Sergei for his telling lies? Sergei confronts Lushkov and threatens to hand him over to the police for swindling people by telling lies. Lushkov tells him the truth. He accepts that he was lying and that he was neither a student nor a school teacher. He was a singer who was thrown out of the Russian church choir because of his alcoholism. He resorts to lying for survival. Question 3. Is Lushkov a willing worker? Why then does he agree to chop wood for Sergei? Sergei offers Lushkov the job of a woodcutter, and he is taken to the wood shed by Olga, the cook. The scarecrow of a beggar shrugged his shoulders and went behind the cook. His style of walking expressed very clearly that he had consented to chop not for the money but because he had got trapped in his own game. His alcoholism had robbed him of his health and will to toil, means a work hard. Question 4. Sergei says, I am happy that my words have taken effect. Why does he say so? Is he right in saying this? Sergei believes that his timely advice helped Lushkov get rid of his need to beg. He may be right from his perspective because he was not aware of the fact that it was Olga who was chopping the wood for Lushkov. He chose to take pride in having helped a person change. However, he was not right in saying so because he had not shown any compassion towards Lushkov, but alternatively, Sergei was quite harsh on him. Question 5. Lushkov is earning 35 rubles a month. How is he obliged to Sergei for this? Answer. The encounter with Sergei was that which contributed to bring about a change in Lushkov's life. It was because of Sergei that he got an opportunity to get acquainted with the cook, Olga. She was so compassionate that she would help him with his work. The whole incident changed Lushkov's perception about his future. His stay with Sergei and Olga developed in him a new confidence that helped him secure a decent job and earn money for his livelihood. Question 6. During their conversation, Lushkov reveals that Sergei's cook Olga is responsible for the positive change in him. How has Olga saved Lushkov? Olga is introduced as a very tough and rude woman. She chides Lushkov for his incompetence, but noticing the difficulty he faced while trying to chop the wood, she would help him and report to the master that the work was done and helped him earn half a ruble. Lushkov continued to work for Sergei on and off, but it would be Olga who did Lushkov's work. Lushkov, while expressing his gratitude to Sergei for helping him settle down to a normal life, says, "It was your cook, Olga, who saved me." He continued by saying that she used to abuse him, feel sad for him, cry, and would feel miserable that he had destroyed his own life. Lushkov further denied having chopped even one piece of wood and says that Olga's words and noble deeds set him on the right path. Dear students, now let me discuss some additional questions from this chapter. Number 1. What was the first lie that Lushkov told Sergei? Lushkov tells him that he was a poor hungry man who had not eaten for 3 days. He said that he didn't have money to afford a shelter as he was without a job for about a year. He claims that he was a school teacher who lost his job because of the attempts made by people to defame him. Question 2. Why did Sergei's anger vanish? Answer. Sergei saw the beggar irresolutely pulling the billet towards him and struggling with the assigned job of chopping it into pieces. Saying this, his anger vanished and he began to feel sorry and ashamed of himself for having set up an unhealthy, weak and drunken man to work as a menial laborer in the cold. Question 3. How did Lashkov start earning 35 rubles every month? Appreciating the improvement being shown by Lashkov, Sergei helped him by giving a recommendation letter to help him secure a job with his friend. Lashkov had not gone to the yard to work for Sergei again. 2 years later, he notices Lashkov as at a ticket window and he tells his reformer that he was working as a notary and made 35 rubles every month and that he was doing well. Next question. What does Sergei tell Lashkov after referring to him as his godson? Sergei expressed happiness on seeing a reformed Lashkov and said that he was a godson to him in every sense. He was very happy that despite being rude and strict with him, he had succeeded in putting him onto the right path. And he thanked Lashkov for not forgetting his words of advice. Give a character sketch of Lashkov. Lashkov was a Russian who was perhaps a good singer as he had been a part of the church choir. He unfortunately gets addicted to alcohol that destroys his very existence. He gets thrown out of the choir and tries to get rehabilitated, but his agony sees no end because his habit preceded him and he was not able to get a job anywhere. The last resort was to beg to stay alive. He resorted to fabricating stories while trying to secure money from people. His life changed after his encounter with advocate Sergei, who admonished him and set him up to be a woodcutter. With the help of Sergei's cook Olga, he secured money for a job he had not done. But seeing her concern for him, Lashkov decides to make a change in his life. He steps back onto the path of righteousness and remains extremely grateful to Sergei and his cook for helping him to do so. Give a character sketch of Olga. Olga was the gentle and caring cook of advocate Sergei. She had a very sharp tongue and did not mind words while reprimanding the woodcutter for not being strong enough to pick up the axe and chopping the wood. Olga would look at him, curse him, abuse him, cry and sympathize with his misfortune and do his work for him. She developed a motherly affection to the boy. Pity and concern were the emotions she showed for the beggar boy. Her affection was exhibited by the fact that she chopped the wood for Lashkov so that he can earn money. The way she suffered and helped him and did not even once reported the truth to the master was laudable. Her behavior towards Lashkov made him develop sensitivity towards others' feelings and in the process he also changed. There was no display of love or compassion by them towards each other. The author has used pathos very explicitly while portraying the character of Olga. My dear students, that's all from today's class. I request all of you to listen to the audio content carefully and in case if you have any problem, please talk to me. Thank you.